After I posted that I'm gonna be making this video yesterday, someone on my Discord sent me this screenshot. And that made me realize just how much you guys need this video, because Jesus Christ, what the hell is this? Greetings, let's not waste time. You've got welfare units. Some of them you can farm right now in the event recap folder down here. Some of them will come back during a rerun of the event they're in. We'll start off with Swimsuit Shizuko, which is a very strong start because she's gonna go straight into the S tier. She's one of the best supports in the game right now. She has a reposition X skill for very low cost, which also gives you a shield, so she's basically track Yuka, but free, and she contends with even other S tier supports in some content, and she sees some use, and she's also very good general support unit because she chooses your highest crit damage ally and gives them more crit damage, so you can use her with Mika if you have her. Next up is gonna be Fubuki. Now I have her maxed out because I built her for a HOD, that's what she came out for. But unfortunately she has better alternatives for the boss fight. You can just use Mika with Kayoko, who is a 2-star unit, so you're gonna have her. Or you can borrow a Swimsuit Chise for HOD. So Fubuki unfortunately does not see use, so she might be here, but she actually does deal some damage. She's not that bad. She has a passive stun when she empties her mag, and she's an auto attacker, with her X skill being her increasing her own attack. Next up is Swimsuit Ayane, who's gonna go straight into S tier with Swimsuit Shizuko. She is also a top tier support. She summons a helicopter, which stays on field. She ignores defense with her missiles. Her helicopter has a lot of DPS. It's not that tanky, so you have to be careful about it, but she sees use even in PvP above rank top 100. So between 100 to 200 you can stay safely in there with just this free unit. Then we have to track Hasumi. She would probably go into B tier, maybe higher, because we don't have that many single target blue DPS units that are that great, and unfortunately Wakamo, who is supposed to be the premier single target blue DPS, is a bit underwhelming for a fest unit. But we will be getting Tactical Hoshino next anniversary, which is going to be January of next year, and then all of these blue units will be irrelevant after she comes out, because she deals insane damage. And guess what? Terror Shiroko is also coming out with Tactical Hoshino, and she's also blue damage, so this will be very tough in about like 4 months. So careful with over-investing into her. We did get her for free at the max 8 stars when she came out because there was a bug on the Japanese servers, and I still have over 1000 Eligma left over for Hasumi track. Unfortunately, I have not seen much use for her so far, or any use to be honest, but she seems solid for now, but be careful investing into her. She has this mechanic where you can spend more on her X skill for it to deal more damage. She's decent, I would say. Next up we have Nonomi. I put her in here because she's technically a welfare unit. You get her for free at the start. She will carry you for early game, even for mid game. She's quite good. I've seen her used in PvP. I've used her myself in PvP in low ranks, let's say above top 1000. She has 2 weak points, which are covered in my short free-to-play combo team video that I made a couple of weeks back. I will talk about this with later units that are coming up. For now, she will go into, let's say, low B tier, mid to low B tier. Then we have Izumi, Swimsuit. Actually my first welfare unit, and I wished for her to be very good. Unfortunately, she does not carry as much as I would like her to. She has this X skill where it bounces a coconut, which is very fun to look at, and it deals damage and stuns and deals quite a bit of damage to units, so she's used in campaigns against normal mobs. Unfortunately, she has very low accuracy, as I found out in practice. So she's gonna miss her X skill a lot, and that is very painful. Even though she stuns, she doesn't get used in HOD at all. So she would go into C tier, and her only use is just doing red campaigns. Next up, Tomoe. And actually I would like to add a new tier, maybe under here, and we will call it the funny tier. The funny tier because Tomoe goes right into here. What she does is she has an AoE buff around her that gives you plus crit damage, plus crit, and apparently also move speed, but that never really comes in handy. But she does decrease your attack range, which is very important because Nonomi has 2 downsides. Low accuracy, which makes her miss her X skill as well, and the low range on her X skill. It is just as big or even lower than her attack range, meaning you can only hit frontline enemies with her X skill that she's shooting at with her normal attacks already. Tomoe offsets this by lowering her attack range, and then Nonomi's gonna run in and you can hit all the enemies with her X skill. So this is a very, very, very good strat, especially if you're free to play. And also Nodoka helps out with this. I'm gonna put Nodoka here, I'm gonna jump right ahead a bit, because she gives you accuracy and Nonomi suffers from low accuracy. So you can use Nonomi and your two supports can be, I don't know, Nodoka and some other support you have, maybe like as Shizuko or whoever. And you can have Tomoe on field to buff Nonomi, and then you will be able to clear yellow content quite well, I would say. It really works. Unfortunately, Nodoka on her own sees use only in, I believe there was one challenge in some swimsuit event where enemies had high evasion, and then you need Nodoka so that you could hit them, and that was it. I've never seen Nodoka get used ever other outside of that. We have Michiru next. She is a ninja student, and her whole gimmick is the more ninja club units you have, the better she is. Which is very cool for me, because I like the units. Unfortunately, I haven't really seen her get used anywhere ever. So on her own, she has this X skill that gives you burn damage on one opponent. It doesn't deal that much damage, unfortunately. She tanks quite alright. She's kind of a mid-tank, mid-damage. All around, she's quite a mid-unit. Of course, as a character, she is absolutely adorable, so she would go in S tier that wise. Otherwise, I will have to put her low B tier, I believe. She's still quite usable, especially if you're going completely free to play. And next up we have Tsurugi Swimsuit, who is basically a blue version of normal Tsurugi. And I have never seen anyone use her, but you could. She seems quite alright, stats-wise. Can I actually even just go here and see what her multipliers are at max level? I would put her somewhere into low B tier, below Michiru, because I actually see people use Michiru when doing some challenges without gacha units or something like that. Have not seen Tsurugi see much use, unfortunately. But I would level her if I was a new count and I had her. And for some reason I have her at 998, but I am insane, so this happens to a lot of my units. Next up, Junko New Year. She's as vanilla as they come, I would say. She is one of the many circle blue damage units we have. She has very low cost though, so that makes her good for cycling skill. Otherwise, she's as mid as it gets, I would say. As vanilla, as I've already said. She doesn't really do anything special. I would put her into... Whoa, I wish my browser didn't freeze. What the hell? Oh, this is amazing. Well, next up we will have to use our imagination to find out where I put units here. Oh, never mind. For some reason my stuff has been freezing whenever I try to record the video. But yeah, I will put her right in the C tier. Mayhap a bit higher. Mayhap very low B tier, just because of her low skill cost, which makes her useful in cycling. Hibiki Cheer Squad. I would say she will definitely have a use. She will definitely have a use. Right now she's going straight in here, but she is cool. As a character, she is incredibly adorable as well. I would say S tier, especially her life 2D. And her whole shtick is that she has a 2-minute damage over time. And we just got spoiled that on the Japanese servers we're getting a new boss called Ligma or Chugma or something like that. And that boss will need you to do damage over time, I believe, is his whole gimmick. That you need to put damage over time debuffs onto him. And I believe Hibiki might be good, especially if he comes in red armor, like a Grand Assault or something. So I believe she will see use, but later. Now, Ibuki. Ibuki is gonna go top A tier if you have Iroha. She is very good because she buffs Iroha, and Iroha is one of the best units in the game. She's an S tier support. If you do not have Iroha, she would go into B tier. Somewhere, I would say, yeah, top B tier because of her buff. But I have not seen anyone use her for her buff alone. Maybe on Fury of Set that just released. Otherwise, when you use her, you're gonna be using her with Iroha, and then you cannot use her normal X skill. You will be using her special X skill, which she gets in the time, which is just deal AoE damage. Otherwise, her normal X skill is just increased attack, which we already have Kotaha, or whatever her name is, that is free. Next up, Maid Yuzu. I would put her mayhap even higher than Ibuki, or somewhere right next to Ibuki. She's also a high A tier. She gets used in some high PvP ranks even, I would say somewhere around rank 200, maybe below. What she does is, she's one of the many red circle damage units, but she does it well. Her multipliers are very, very high, as you can see. Unfortunately also high skill cost, but it's worth it. And I believe she has high crit damage. So you can really, really deal a lot of damage with her. That's pretty much all she does. But yeah, high A tier. Then we have Koharu Swimsuit. She's straight up Junko, but I would say she's better. Say she goes somewhere here. She is, again, one of the many circle big blue fart AoE attack thing, but her multiplier is much better than Junko, because, see, Koharu has 700 at level 4 and Junko has 650 at level max. But of course Koharu is one skill cost bigger, but still, Koharu just does what Junko does, but better. And I believe that is pretty much it for her. Yeah, otherwise she just has self-crit buffs, so really she doesn't do anything special. She is also on field. Next up is Miyu Swimsuit. She deals a line of damage that's guaranteed crit. I've seen people talk about her when she came out, but unfortunately nothing much came of it. She does not see that much use. But her multipliers are not bad. Unfortunately she has quite a high skill cost, again 5. But thankfully her multipliers do reflect that, and the guaranteed crit is good, that you do not need to pray for RNG when you use her. She would go into, I would say, higher B tier, somewhere like, probably move them like this, mayhap. Yeah, I would move them something like this. Yeah, surely, this would work. Next up is Saiten, whoever the hell, let's be real. Limited anime collab, they cannot make these units good. Because if they did, then that would be too much of a FOMO for people. And her multipliers are kinda meh. Her skills are whatever, incredibly generic, I would say. Again, limited anime collab unit, they will not make them good, just because they cannot make them OP or anything like that. And last but not least is Airi band that just came out, and I'm not loving her now because as always my resources are completely gone. But what I've seen from her numbers, it looks very, very promising, and I'm gonna be real with you, I'm gonna put her right into A tier right now because I feel very confident about her. She has some insane numbers on her kit. She gives herself 182% red damage, which is quite insane. And also her basic skill has incredible numbers on it. Every 12 normal attacks, this much damage? Jesus H. Christ. She sees use in Fury Offset. Unfortunately, she needs to work with, or it's not like she needs to, but she works with banned units which are limited on the banner right now, and I would not recommend pulling them, or they are pretty much made for Fury Offset and only red damage, which we have going on right now, which is very cool, but we already have so much red damage in the game. We have as Hoshino, we have Dress Hina, we have as Nonomi, we have 1 million other units, we have Azusa, we have Saori, Jesus H. Christ, we have so many units that I do not believe that you really need these banned units. But you will get banned Airi for free, and she seems very, very, very good, just going off her stats alone. I believe that is it. I will have my friend code and Discord in the description if you want to ask any more questions. So yeah, have fun playing the game. Quick addendum, I totally forgot about Hina being free now, so she would go somewhere around here, mayhap here, but let's be real, she is going to go here, because you're gonna build her anyway, it's freaking Hina, what do you expect? Yeah, that's it, enjoy yourselves.